The beauty of this game is that it can be learned in just a few minutes, but it's good for hours worth of fun. All you need to play is just one deck and 6 dice. You start the game by rolling. Whoever gets the highest number gets to go first, and the order of players will go clockwise. After the roll, shuffle the deck and each player gets 10 cards. But you only get to keep 5, so pick the best and discard the rest. The discard pile goes to the side of the deck face up. Now that you have your cards, we're ready to go. Each turn has 2 actions. They can be spent on one of 2 things: drawing a card or playing a card, in any order or combination. Here is how the cards break down. There are 5 types: fire, water, light, earth, and specialty. Fire is used on your turn to attack. An attacker uses one of their actions to place the fire card face down. The water cards are played in response to this. If a player is being attacked, they can lay down a water card to negate the damage. Here's an example. I hold this red 9 face down so my opponent can't see it. My opponent has a blue 3 in their hand. They can lay it down to negate 3 of the 9 damage. The rest of the damage is taken from the dice that act as health counters. So in this case, they'll lose 6 health. Now the yellow cards have lower numbers, but they are utility cards. They can be used for attacking and defense in exactly the same way as a blue or red card. The earth cards can be used as an action on your turn to restore hit points. There are multiple dice because once you lose a die, it is permanently gone. In the case of the attack I showed you before on my opponent, they lost 6 hit points. This would eliminate their first die from the game, and even if they had an earth card, they wouldn't be able to heal back the lost hit points. If my opponent had only taken 2 damage, the dice would have been at a 4, and an earth card or 2 of higher would have been able to bring the dice back to 6. Now the rest of the deck is made up of specialty cards. These are easy to use because you simply do what the card says. If the card says draw 4, you can play it as one of your actions and draw 4 cards. Now I'm going to address a few common questions about the specialty cards. The red, blue, and yellow bolster cards are used to increase attacks and or defense. These bolster cards don't count as an additional action. For example, in the instance of bolstering an attack, they are laid on top to show as 1 card. If played with a defense, the person just lays the card down with their defense. Bolster can only increase existing cards and are worthless on their own. The blue fortress blocks an attack, while the blue protection reflects damage back to the attacker. These are played just like defense cards and don't count as one of your actions the next turn. If an opponent reflects an attack back, defense cards can be played to negate the attack. Just do exactly what the card says, and if you have any questions, please refer to the rules, especially the frequently asked questions. Finally, to keep the game moving, players are allowed to only have 7 cards in their hand at the end of their turn. If they have more, then they must discard until they have 7 before the next player takes their turn. Thank you so much for your support, and happy dueling.